guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a testing drugstore makeup tutorial. So if you'd like to see how I got this makeup look right here and my thoughts on some new products, please keep watching. So the last first impressions makeup tutorial that I did was all high-end products. So this one's going to be all drugstore affordable products. So the first thing I'm going to be trying out is this e.l.f. Illuminating Primer Mist. I swear the mist on these e.l.f. primers is like so like even this one, I use this one all the time. This is the Aqua Primer Mist. Like the mist is just like too much. But the one that I just tried out for the Illuminating Primer Mist, this mister is still aggressive, but it's better than the Aqua Primer Mist. I feel like that gave me like a really nice like a dewy glow. It's a little sticky, but it feels really like hydrating and nice on the skin. I think I like that one better than the Aqua Primer Mist. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply some foundation on top of it. I'm going to use my Born This Way foundation from Too Faced. This is in the shade Sand. It's a smidge. Well, it matches my body, but it's obviously a little darker than my face. My whole body is because I don't tan my face or my neck in the sun. So I'm just going to apply that, and I'm going to use my damp Morphe sponge. Wow, I really like that illuminating spray. Like it just really gave me that like dewiness that I feel like I haven't had in a while because I've been using like a lot of matte foundations lately. And, like that looks so good. I feel like that might be my new favorite like primer spray. So I'm just going to leave the Too Faced foundation kind of like light medium coverage because I want to see if this is really as full coverage as everyone says. This next thing I'm going to be trying out is from e.l.f. and it's the 16-Hour Camo Concealer. Mine's going to be super pale. It's probably the lightest shade that they offer because I just really like a bright under eye. This is in the shade Fair Beige. I feel like a lot of people I watch on YouTube that love this concealer have oily skin and I have dry skin, so this will be interesting. This says it's a full coverage matte concealer. Like this container is huge. Oh my god, it's like white. So it's a huge doe foot, just like the Tarte Shape Tape. Oh goodness. Yeah, so we're going for a super bright center of the face. I'm gonna use my Morphe sponge. Oh my gosh, that totally just like messed up my lighting. Like the lighting doesn't even know what to do now. Okay, a lot goes a long way. Like, oh my gosh. I feel like I didn't even use as much as I normally would, and that was too much. But it looks like it's blending out really nice. Feels lightweight. I definitely need to get a few shades darker, especially with this tan that I have. It's almost, no, it is. It's too much of a bright under eye for me. So to set my face, I'm going to be trying out the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Powder. I have the shade MC1, so medium cool 1. Usually don't set my face with pressed powders, but I really want to try this out for that today. So you flip it up, you do get a mirror and a sponge. A lot of people use the sponge that comes in these compacts to apply, but since I'm just using this to set, I'm not using it as actual foundation. I'm just going to use a brush. This is as SPF of 16. So I'm going to use my Morphe E41. Just going to press that into the skin. It's gonna take away all my dewiness from that primer. I wonder if I could use that e.l.f. primer spray to set my face and bring back that glow. I think I might try that. So I think that looks pretty nice. It kind of lightened up the foundation and now like the under eyes don't look so intense. So this might be a mistake and I might end up ruining my whole makeup look, but I really want to try this for under eye. This is the Essence All About Silky Matte Fixing Powder. It's like a pink shade. It says it's in the shade 10 Translucent Rose. It says the Silky Smooth Compact Powder To perfect your look, it mattifies and fixes your makeup and additionally provides a healthy natural glow for all day long, all skin tones. But I thought, since it is kind of like a pink shade, that it would brighten up my under eye, so I'm gonna try it. I mean, it says it's a matte powder, so hopefully it doesn't mess up my under eye, but we'll see. So I'm just gonna go over it with a sponge. I'm gonna do one eye at a time. I'm gonna use this Morphe M536. This is my favorite brush to set my under eyes with. I'm just gonna pat in there. Can you guys tell a difference? I feel like I can. I just washed my brushes, so they're all kind of like hard still. There is like a natural glow, I feel. I definitely don't think this is a powder that I would want to set my whole face with. Like, I think I would definitely only use it to set my concealer areas, because I feel like I can see that it's like a little bit pink, and I just don't think that this would look good for an all over kind of look. But it's not too bad. So the next product that I'm going to be trying out is also from e.l.f. This is the Forever Sunkissed Primer Infused Bronzer. So this is what this looks like. I feel like a lot of companies are coming out with primer infused stuff, but I don't really know exactly what that means. So I'm just gonna use my Morphe E3, pat in there, and I've been like patting my bronzer on first just to kind of make sure that the foundation is set before I go in and blend. But so far I really like the shade of this bronzer. It's kind of like a true bronzer camel shade, which is like my favorite. Ooh, I really like this. I am wearing my bangs down, so I'm just gonna lightly dust some on my forehead. Nothing crazy. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of nose contour, and I'm gonna use that e.l.f. bronzer. For blush, this looks so pretty. I found this at Ulta. This is the LA Girl Island Hottie blush palette, and these are the shades. So you do get, looks like one matte shade, and the rest have like a little bit of a shimmer in it. So I think I'm gonna use this shade over here because it looks so pretty. And then this is my Morphe E4. I'm actually start off with this like light orange shade and then maybe use the darker one. Ooh, that's really pretty. It kind of reminds me of Milani Luminoso. Has like a gold sheen to it. And then I'm just going to take the orange shade right next to it and just kind of put that in the middle to the end, or towards my ear, kind of like an ombre. For highlighter, I'm going to be trying out this Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighter. It's in like this little like triangle thing. I think it's part of some collection, I'm not sure what, but it is like a cream to powder. So I'm just gonna, I don't know if I should put this on top of that blush or not. Alright, so I'm just gonna use this flat foundation brush and just go right into it and apply it. So this highlighter from Wet n Wild is like super pigmented, but I don't want to apply too much because that blush that I applied had like a gold kind of thing in it, and this is more of like silvery. But it's really, really pretty. So I'm just going to go ahead and bake my bronzer just so I can kind of clean that up a little bit, and then I'm going to fill in my brows off camera because I don't have any new brow products to try. So I'm just going to use my Laura Mercier powder, wherever that is. So I'm just going to let that sit. I'm going to fill in my brows and I'll be right back. So for brows, I just used my Anastasia Dip Brow in the shade Blonde. Then I used this ColourPop brow pencil, still don't know the name of it, and then I set them with my Essence Make Me Brow in the shade Blondie Brows. So I'm just going to go ahead and dust off this bake, and I'm just going to do a quick blend on my cheeks. I really should have picked out a different color of highlighter to use because I'm using like silver and gold at the same time, but oh well. So for eyes, I'm going to be trying out this. This is from Makeup Revolution, and it's the Emily Edit The Wants palette. This had some controversy a while ago. Some of the palettes, like the shades, were like inconsistent. Somebody said there was like mold in them. I don't know. All I know is that they yanked them off Ulta website and Ulta stores, and then they brought them back, so they fixed what was wrong. The one that I got, I didn't see anything wrong with it, so I don't have any complaints. Like, all my shades look fine, and the mirror is huge. So these are what the shades look like. I think I'm gonna do like a green eye look today because my shirt has flowers on it, so I figured I would just do that. So I think I'm gonna go in first with the shade called The Cream. I'm gonna use a Morphe M504. I'm just gonna put that all over my lid. Oh my gosh, this mirror is huge and it's super clear. Oh my gosh, this mirror is bomb, seriously. Now I'm going to go in with the shade called Hobby, which is the shade right next to it. I'm going to use this as like a transition shade. Let's see. I guess I'm going to go in with mostly the brown shades and then start working with the green shades. So now I'm just going to go in with a shade called Midwest. Gonna put that on top of the transition shade. That one doesn't seem to be super pigmented. I mean, it looks like it is on my brush, but it's kind of blending away to nothing. I kind of feel like the Hobby shade and the Midwest shade just kind of blended into one, like kind of into each other. Does that make sense? Like they're just kind of, I can't tell the difference, I guess is what I'm saying. Now I'm going to go in with the shade called Dues Paid. This one looks pigmented. So I'm going to put that, here we go. This is what we needed. This is more like a kind of warm brown. Now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure Tati reviewed this palette and I think she said the shades were inconsistent. I'm pretty sure that's what she said. And I know I've only used 4 shades, but I mean, Hobby and Midwest I think are inconsistent for sure. It could be the brush I'm using, I don't know, but Dues Paid, which is the one that I just threw in the crease right now, is so far like the best out of the 4 shades that I've tried. So I'm gonna try out this Prayer shade right here. I'm just gonna pop that. It's kind of like a purpley taupe shade. I'm just gonna put that on top. It's weird because when I put my brush in it, you can see it. But then when I start to blend out some of the shades, they just kind of blend to nothing. I'm going to switch brushes. So I'm going to use a Morphe R39 and I'm going to go in with the shade called Corduroy right here. And I think I'm going to focus that on the outer and on the lid, I think is what I'm doing. It's kind of like a turquoise shade, like a deep teal turquoise shade. So I'm gonna start low on the lid and then I will blend up into the crease. This shade Corduroy is pretty powdery. It doesn't look like I'm getting any fallout on my under eye, but there's definitely like kickback and stuff all in the palette. So I'm just gonna take my ring finger with that Corduroy shade. It feels really buttery actually. And I'm just going to apply that on my lid. Yeah, the shade looks much better applied with a finger. But now I did get some fallout from doing that. So now I'm gonna take, I guess I'm gonna take this dark and early shade. It's the black shade all the way over here in the corner. I'm just gonna lightly apply that into the outer corner. Now I'm going to go back in with Midwest and Dues Paid. These two shades, I'm going to mix them together on my M504 and I'm going to put those back into the crease. Just kind of like blending everything together. So I feel like this eye over here looks patchy, like on the corner. So I'm just going to take a little bit of Corduroy again and apply that on top of the black shade. So I'm going to take Side Hustle up here and I'm going to apply that on the lid, just right on top of that Corduroy shade. I'm just going to lightly apply it all over that. It's not very pigmented, dry. I feel like I would definitely have to get my brush wet if I wanted it to be super metallic. And now I'm going to go in with a shade called Grateful. It's like a lighter green shade. I'm going to pop that kind of in the center. So I do like this eye look. I think it turned out really pretty. But I would have to agree though, I feel like some of the shades aren't consistent with the other shades. I'm going to start on the lower lash line. I'm just going to take a mix of all the brown shades that we used and put those on the lower lash line. And this is a BH Cosmetics V15. And now I'm just going to go in with the corduroy shade and I'm just going to focus that kind of like on the outer portion of my eye. Now I'm going to take Side Hustle and just go over from middle of my eyeball. And then in with Grateful, which is that lighter green shade. And this is going to be kind of like in the inner corner. Now back in with Dues Paid and Midwest. I'm going to go underneath the dark. So I'm going to take the shade called Oh Heavens. It's kind of like a highlighter shade. I'm going to put that in the inner corner and a brow highlight. So I guess I'm done with my eye look. I'm like 50-50 on this palette. Like, I really like the eye look that I created, but some of the shades are duds, and I only used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 shades out of this palette. So I think the next time I play with it, I'm going to use like the warm shades. Let me know if you guys have tried this palette in the comments below and what you think. So I'm going to go ahead and set my face now before I apply mascara. So I'm just going to use my Beige. This I'm going to use, I want to try to use up this NYX matte finishing spray. So I'm going to go in with MAC Fix Plus first. So I'm going to go ahead and try out this Flower Beauty Miracle Matte Lip. This is in the shade English Rose. It's just a pink rose shade. Hopefully that looks okay. I'm going to go ahead and line my lips first. I'm just going to use this ColourPop Skimpy lip liner. I've never tried any lip products from Flower Beauty, so I don't really know. Ooh, so it's like a flat doe foot. I like that. This really wasn't the shade I was going for. It smells like a weird vanilla scent. The formula is really nice though. I don't know, I mean, it says matte lip, but I don't know if it dries down to where it doesn't transfer, so we're gonna have to wait a second. But I like it so far. It's really nice. It's like not patchy at all, as you can see. Let's go ahead and do mascara. I'm gonna be trying out the Covergirl Exhibitionist mascara. This is in the shade Very Black. I'm gonna curl my lashes first. Let's see what this wand looks like. It's kind of like a kidney shaped wand. Oh god, the smell is intense. I know it's going to be hard to see exactly what this mascara does because my eyeshadow is so dark. But from what I can tell, it looks like it's just separating them. It's not really giving me any volume. But I think mixed with like a more volumizing mascara, this will look really nice. Because I like what it's doing, it's just not giving me that like oomph for my lashes. Yeah, it's not really holding them up. To me, this looks more of like a natural mascara, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and pop on some falsies and some lower lash mascara, and then I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back. The lashes that I used, I don't like these. Like, the band is like too thick and they're like not even like on my eye. These are the Pure Pro eyelashes. They're in the shade Bombshell. Like, they look like they would be so pretty, but they just do not stay on my lashes. Like, I put so much lash glue on and it's not staying. So definitely don't recommend those. But now that I'm finished, I figured we could go over everything and I'll let you guys know my final thoughts. But first, in my waterline, I took this MAC Eye Kohl in the shade Minted, and I just put that on the waterline. And then I tight lined my lashes with the Inglot Black Gel Eyeliner. I guess we'll just talk about the lips first. So, ooh, it does transfer a little bit. So I'm going to say this is probably more of like a velvet formula, kind of like the Kylie Cosmetics velvet or the ColourPop satin liquid lipsticks. Like, it doesn't look like it's going to transfer like a lot, but it's not staying 100% either. But I do like the shade. My only complaint is that it's starting to go like in the creases of my lips, which is like the #1 reason why I don't like the satin or velvet lips from Kylie or ColourPop. But the color is really pretty. The formula went on really nice, but that's just like the one thing that I don't like. Then we have the Covergirl Exhibitionist mascara. I think this is a really nice mascara. If you want more of like a natural mascara look, this would be great for those no makeup days, or if you just don't like a lot of mascara, I think you would really like this. But for me personally, if I was gonna wear this, I would definitely have to pair it with a more like volumizing mascara. Then we have the Emily Edit The Wants eyeshadow palette. Like I said, I do like the eye look that I created, but I would not pay full price for this. I think full price is 20 bucks. I did pay full price for this. And Makeup Revolution on Ulta.com does go on sale a lot, like buy one get one 50% off. I think that would be the time to pick up this palette. But again, I bought this when it first launched. I did not get the remake of the palettes, so maybe the ones that are out right now are like 100% good. But I don't think that I have like the best version of this palette in my hands, so I am like 50-50 on this. Next, I have the e.l.f. Primer Infused Bronzer in the shade Forever Sunkissed. I really like this bronzer. It's really pretty. Then we have the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighter. I really like this too. It's super pigmented. I like that it's cream to powder finish. I just wish I would have picked a gold one to go with the blush palette, but I do really like this too. Then we have the LA Girl Blush Palette. I love this. I used these two shades right here. So pretty. This is like the perfect like summer blush palette. Like, I love to wear peach and orange like throughout the entire year, but I feel like peach and orange just looks so good during the summertime. So this palette is, I mean, I only use these two shades, but like I think I'm gonna like these shades too for more of like winter everyday looks, and then keep these for like spring and summer type of looks. And then we already talked about the Flower Beauty Miracle Matte Lip. And then we have the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. I like this. I think the shade, I need a couple shades darker, and like, let's be honest here, but I think this is going to be really nice. I didn't think it was like overly drying, and I don't think I really needed to set it. I think it was going to set itself if I didn't put that powder on top of it. To me, it's like a thin formula. It's not like super full coverage, but that could be the shade that I picked out, you know what I mean? So this would probably look more full coverage when I'm like fair and actually have the right foundation shade on. But I want to get another shade of this to wear for the next like couple of months, because I think I might really like it. Then this is one of my favorites from this video for sure. This is the e.l.f. Illuminating Primer Mist. I loved the dewy glow it gave me. I really like this. Then we have the Physicians Formula The Healthy Powder. This is what I use to set my face. I don't really have a lot of opinion about foundation powders because I normally only use them to touch up my makeup. I have yet to try like an actual foundation powder like this as like a foundation, so maybe I will try that in a future video. But this is like a nice powder. I mean, it did what it was supposed to. It didn't blow me away or anything, but it's nice. And then I believe the last thing that I tried out is the Essence All About Silky Matte Fixing Powder. This is interesting. I think this gives like a really nice glow underneath the eye. Again, I don't think this is something that you'd want to put all over your face. If you do, you do. If, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't personally, because it does have that kind of like pinky glow to it. But I think this would be a really nice like under eye brightener. Like, I really like how it set my under eyes. So I like that. I like this for that. So that's everything from this testing new drugstore makeup tutorial. Let me know if you guys have tried any of these products in the comments below. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this tutorial, and I will see you guys later. Bye.